Welcome to the podcast of K is for Knowledge. Join us for topics about the housing market, world affairs, spirituality, healthy living, mental health, the pandemic, small businesses, entrepreneurship. And here's your host, Queen Sheba.
Hi guys, how y'all doing today? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the fact that you guys are here today. Yeah, so today I was supposed to have a guest, but she had like an emergency. So sometimes in life you can't really depend on people. You have to get up and do your thing, right? So because I'm already looking cute and I already had everything organized, I've decided to just come online, go ahead and do my live. And March is Women's Month. So why not, as a woman, come on here and talk about Women's Month? Well, I can only talk for myself. So today, let's just celebrate women. Let's just be happy to be a woman, right? I know like a lot of you men, y'all need to learn how to treat a woman, right? So anyway, the first woman I'll definitely have to give a shout out to is my grandmother. Rest in peace, Sylvia Gibbs. Oh my God, she is the epiphany of a woman, of a strong Black woman. Like, I think I've gained my strength from my grandmother because I've seen her go through it. Not go through it, I'll say my grandmother is very strong-minded, and her mentor was amazing because she never like sit down and depend on, back in the days, the man's supposed to take care of the household. I don't think my grandmother ever even drive a car, So the men did all of this stuff. They will do the driving, they will work, they'll take care of the household. They want you to stay home and mind babies, right? So anyway, I think my grandmother did that for a while, was being the at-home wife, cooking, cleaning, and taking care of the kids. They had 10 kids together, one girl, which is my mother. So she was rough and tough like the boys. So anyway, with that being said, I think she did that for a while, and stuff, and be a wife, and that's what they was taught to do back in the days, right? So, and I think after a while, when she realized like this man is not a faithful man, he's bringing home the money, he's bringing home the checks, he's taking care of the family, but he is not a faithful man. He's out there in the streets, So I think like when she had just about enough of it, I think that's when she decided like, you know what, let me and my children leave. So from my understanding, she went ahead and get a job and everything. And I think out of the 10, they had a choice who wanted to stay with the dad and who wanted to stay with her, who wanted to leave with her. She went ahead and built this big house, 7-bedroom house. Do you hear me? Woman power. Okay. Anybody could do it, right? She want to build her house, of course, step by step or whatnot, and some of the kids left with her and some stayed with the dad, right? She went ahead. She was working in the hospital. She had these boys to take care of when my mom went with her too. And yeah, so she just gave me, I know I was a little girl, but of course I was told stories and everything. They're not going to tell us everything, but from what I've been told, she did an amazing job. Look, I could do this with or without you, and I'm not going to sit down here and put up with your nonsense. So it's time for me to go. But guess what? Go ahead and have your fun. Keep on doing you. But me and my kids, we're not gonna go through this. We're not gonna live like this. I'm not gonna bring up that way. So I just have to give my grandmother a lot of kudos for that, because she just didn't even. I don't even know if she knows where she get the strength from. So I just had to give her a lot of high fives for that. And then she took real good care of her kids, and not to mention my sister, and we are grandkids, but she made sure we was good. Like, we had a good upbringing with her. She was strict. We got our butts whoop. You understand? We had to stay in our place, and we had chores every Saturday, and we had that Caribbean childhood upbringing that is my way. It's no highway. We don't have a highway. It's my way. And that's it. But when you try to install that in your kids in America, they tell you, oh, it's child abuse. So that's the difference, right? With growing up in America and growing up in Trinidad and Tobago. Anyway, so me as a Caribbean mother, I try to shadow my grandmother. I've done a lot of stuff that she did with me. Like my daughter, she couldn't stay out the night, and she couldn't spend the night in a friend's house. And anybody trying to spend the night at my house, I have to know their parents first and everything. So, that's a lot of things that I went through, and I didn't like it. I couldn't even spend the night by like family house or anything. As long as there's men in that house, I cannot spend the night. So my grandmother really, really protected us. She really protected us. And I did the same with my daughter, and I'm thankful for that. Thankful that my grandmother installed that in us, because I was able to do this for my daughter, and it was a good thing, because during the high school and stuff, when you hear these stories about these little girls being molested, wow, thank God I really and truly, protected my daughter like that, and my daughter being our only child, it was a rough thing to go through, because she did not like it. I didn't care, I was a mean mama, and all her friends call me mama, but they still think I was mean. But guess what? She was protected from a lot of stuff, so, I'm not trying to say like I'm the best mother in the face of the earth, because honey, I'm a Caribbean. Yeah, we cuss you. We will throw your tail outside the door. You understand? You disrespect who? Nah, we ain't going. We not going. But that's how I know. That's how I know to be a mother. So I just want to say, send out a lot of love to other mothers out there. We know it's not easy raising these kids, especially like from really young. It's so hard, because this waking up in the nights for a bottle and all this stuff, and then you got to go to work, and especially the ones who living in the areas of the bad weather. But I think bad weather is everywhere now, because look at Tennessee, what we just had, and look at Texas. Stay strong to people in Texas. Stay strong. So it's not easy. It's not easy being a mother, and that is what is the biggest thing of being a woman is for me, being a mother. Although I wish I had like a few more kids, and because when you have one child, is very challenging. It's very challenging, because when you want to grow them up in a certain way, but then when they start being around these little friends and stuff, that's when a lot of things change, and they start smelling themselves, right? So other than that, Saba. Hi, Saba. Saba Khan. Thanks for watching. I'm just talking about Women's Month. Thank you, Saba, for joining. Yeah. So, especially when they turn teenagers, who, honey, because I feel like a lot of kids in America, they have a lot of freedom during teenage years, or maybe a little before teenage years. So I feel I couldn't do it at my age, so I'm definitely not letting my daughter do it. So, it was a lot of conflict and stuff like that. It was a lot of, oh, I can't do this. Life is not fair. No, life is not fair, honey. Life is not fair. But other than that, like I think I'm thankful that I had a child, because some people they can't even have kids. Some people can to this day and age, they're already in the 30s and the 40s and they can't have kids and they don't have kids. And I think motherhood is a good feeling, until the children grow up and get rude and disgusting. But before that, it's a good feeling because I used to love. Let me tell you something. For those of you who do not know me, my child was number one in my life. I put her in front of me, right? And any decision I make, I'm making sure that it's good for her. A lot of parents, they don't do that. They don't put the kids first, right? They think about themselves first, right? So I was different. I put her first. And every move I make, she's making. She's making with me. I was never that parent to drop my child off. I know when she was like about 3 months, from a baby to like 3, 4 months. And I know for a fact that sometimes I used to leave her with my sisters because I know she'll be in good hands. You don't leave your kids with everybody. And I will leave. I'm gone. I'm like, gosh, I need to get out of this house. So I was going through that stage. In America, they call it postpartum when you're depressed, but I wasn't depressed. I just wanted to like get out and finally have a drink after all these months that I couldn't drink. And get to socialize and be out there. So that's what I went through in my 20s when I had my daughter. But what I could say is like I made it all about her. It was all about my daughter. I always make sure she was okay. I always make sure she's okay. So a lot of parents, they really need to start putting their kids first. They need to do that. If you need to make a decision, think about how is this going to affect my child? And then you make the decision. But they're not doing that. It's all about them. It's just selfishness. Everybody how to be a mother, because like I said, I'm not a perfect mother, right? Hey, Sherry, you're supposed to be working, Sherry. Working. But anyway, so like I said, guys, I had a guest and she had an emergency. So I've decided to just take this time and just talk about Women's Month, which is March. And I'm happy to be a mother and a woman. Somebody asked me the other day, what does being a woman mean to you? And I think that was a weird question for me to answer. I really think it was weird because I can't say this was my answer, right? This was my ignorant answer. I said, oh, I don't know because I don't know what it is to be a man. So how do I know it's a good thing to be a woman? But that was my answer. And I did that on purpose because, like, first of all, being a woman is a blessing. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time because we go through a monthly cycle that the men don't go through, right? I'll get that to a man any day. Take that. You want to be a woman so bad? All they are watching more than me. Take that. So that I'll give away, being a woman. You know what I'm saying? So, but for me, honestly, and without playing, because I play a lot. Being a mother, and I've always been there for my daughter, and sometimes you have to be careful because these kids will consume you so much you will forget about living. You'll forget about living your own life, right? And I could contest to that. Like, I always try to just make it about her right? But anyway, so like I said, my grandmother, whew, I will never forget her. Rest in peace, Sylvia Gibbs. And she taught me that I am today. I've seen this lady, so that's all I know to do, right? I know to hustle. So sometimes people see me doing this, then doing this, and doing this. That's because I feel like I could just keep on working in the field that I'm in, or whatever I'm good at, I'll just work at it, you know? So that's my internet is tripping right now. But you know, since the bombing in Tennessee, our internet has been terrible. Even the phone internet, the Wi-Fi is terrible. It's like really terrible. So bear with me if I'm sticking or whatever, you know. I'm not gonna stay on here too long, but I do have to show some love to our ancestors, the women, because of their strong will and determination to get themselves free from these, right? Is the reason why my great grandmother is here, my grandmother, my mother, and me, right? Now my daughter. So, you know, the strength comes from the ancestors. The strength, and I honestly think my ancestors is from Ghana, you know, Shanty tongue, because I've read a lot about Shanty tongue in Ghana. And not because my ex was Ghanaian, it's because I honestly think that my ancestors came from Ghana in Shanty tongue. And I read up on it, and I honestly feel that that's the truth, right? Also, you know, you just have to give homage to women like Rosa Parks. You know what I'm saying? You also had to give Maya Angelou some respect, right? And the new modern day Maya Angelou, I would have to say, is Michelle Obama. You know, she's such an inspiration. Just gotta give her some love too. And to all you women on my page, you know, especially the ones that supports me. Like, I know who supports me. You know, my last live is at like almost 1,000 views. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people do be watching. You know, especially if you're bringing good stuff and positive stuff. And I'm trying to just be like bringing good stuff to people, empowering others, motivating others to do your thing. You want to do this, do that, do it. Just do it. Don't wait on nobody to evaluate you or anything. Just do it. Anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for joining, right? Thank you all for being here. Once again, happy Women's Month to all the women. We did not celebrate this in the Caribbean, so this is like new for me being in America, you know. So I think it's amazing though, but I think we need to be celebrated every day, just like Mother's Day. We every day. We don't have to wait for March. So then when March gone, we're not celebrated anymore. Like, you know, come on, women. Don't settle for that. Take your acknowledgement every single day. Get respected every single day. Right? And that's how I look at it. So where I'm at in life right now, I would definitely say I have grown, right? And I definitely say that definitely, because let me slow it down a little bit. And I will definitely say that I've learned, you know, through life experiences. Oh my gosh, you have to learn from it. You have to learn from it. And I definitely say that I've learned a lot from life. Life in America it ain't easy, man. You just had to make it what you want it to be. And at this point, I feel like there's no turning back. There's no what if. There's no if I did and if I didn't. There's no I shoulda and I coulda. It's about moving on right now. It's about going ahead in life. doing what you always wanted to do all your life. Look at me. I'm on a live talking. I don't even like all this talking stuff. I'm doing a podcast. I don't even like talking. People who know me, I don't like all this talking. I don't even socialize. It's always gonna be like one or two friends and that's it. And it don't be a whole lot. And I'm not Miss Friendly. To be doing this is really, really out of my comfort zone and is out of right. And I tell myself I want to do it. I want to have a podcast, and I want to inspire small businesses, small Black businesses. It's not just Black businesses, because I do have some white friends that this, and they do want to be part of the podcast, and I think it's only fair and it's only right that they are allowed to do that. So I'm empowered. Hi, Rosie. Thanks for joining. I'm empowering, I want to bring some ladies. Rosie, would you mind coming on if I bring you on and just talk about a little bit about Women's Month and what it means to you to be a beautiful woman, intelligent woman? Would you mind? I know Sherry can't come on now. She's at work. She ain't working too hard to me. Let me see if I can bring somebody on the live with me, because everybody's story is unique, right? And we just have to respect that. Okay, I don't think she's probably camera shy like me. Hey, if I got over it, you're gonna get over it too, okay? So anyway, I know I said I just have to pay homage to my granny for being a strong Black. This woman right here, she's gone in heaven right now, and I will never ever forget her. I will never forget her. The father, grandmother, everything to me in one. I've never, all these years to this day, I will never forget her. I will never forget all the things she has done. I will never forget everything that she taught me. My grandma in business, because she used to go to Venezuela and Puerto Rico and Curacao, Caracas, and all these places, buy clothes and come back and sell. But when I was 18 years old, she got a lot of sales because she was working in the hospital sales from there. When I was 18 years old, her foot had gotten injured at work. See, in America, nice lawsuit for that. But Trinidad, third world country, honey. Third world country. Give you some Vicks until you put on that sucker. And that wound that she got never went away. Never went away. I remember I used to have to clean it and put the aloe stuff on it and all of that. Rub me in pain. Oh my God. So at that point in time, she could not go any she can't travel no more, could not, so I had to go for her. So I was 18 years old and I started going, traveling and going. One of her best friends was Michelle. Rest in peace, Michelle. That was mommy best friend. And her son and her daughter used to go also. So that my grandmother, of course, she trusts them. Because I used to, even when I couldn't get in school where we live, they took me and put me in school up there. So I had to live there. It was hard for me because I was so spoiled. But yeah, she put me in school up there. And so they was also going and buying stuff and coming back to sell. So she sent me with them. So, I was traveling with them, and the son, which is Cleveland, in Tobago. So then she trusted them, and she let me go to Tobago too to sell the clothes and stuff. And he had a little in Tobago, downtown Tobago, Scarborough. I don't know the name of the street, but anyway, they used to have like a little where they Trinidad used to have one downtown. Something mall. I don't know. But anyway, so they had some of that, and we was, selling the clothes there and stuff like that. And it's crazy because the prices that we were selling the stuff for in Trinidad, it was more in Tobago. So our prices was up in Tobago and cheaper in Trinidad. Wow. Isn't that something? I guess you Tobago people got some money, huh? Fish and stuff, y'all be catching, selling them fish, yeah, building them boats. Shout out to my brother. But anyway, and sell these clothes in Tobago and stuff like that. And I like doing that. And then, in where we live, my uncle Tony, rest in peace. Whew, it's too many rest in peace, man. He is one of my favorite uncles. He was the boss one though. He was the boss. Everybody respected him. Yeah, everybody. And he had a grocery. We say shop, but he had a grocery run in there. And then on the weekends he would put us to work. So we was being trained from a very young age. So when you guys see me doing this and see me doing that and the other, is because it's what in me. It is in me. It's what I know, right? And the thing, I'll always show her a lot of love and respect, is because anything that I wanted to do, she would pay her money and send me to do. She was paying for me to do shorthand, right? She was paying for me to do. I started doing hair. She was paying for me to do the hair, buying all the supplies to me. I was doing people here in the neighborhood and making a little $10, $15. But that's more than she had, because that's the mentality I had. So when I'm making my own money, I don't have to ask my grandmother anymore. See, so I was already molding into that person, right? That independent person. And even when I wanted to do sewing, she sent me to learn sewing. I mean, to do. And I try to do the same thing with my daughter. Anything she want to do, spend that money and go and let her learn, So that's the way I do it. But anyway, at the end of the day, happy Women's Month. Women's celebration should be every day, right? Because it's a blessing to be a woman. Without woman, where would be man, right? Because man was formed out of woman. Watch these men about to act a fool with this now. But yeah, man was formed out of woman. Now I'm playing Adam. Hey Jesse, I just seen this. I'm a Black queen. Thank you, Jesse. Best days teaches you responsibility and respect from young. Yes, definitely, Rosie, definitely. So, I think it's a blessing, growing up with your grandma, right? I honestly, you know what? Somebody said the other day, like their grandmother was so mean and this and that and the other, and they love her from a distance. I could never, ever say such a thing. I could never say such a thing about my grandmother, but everybody had different experiences. And I honestly think God knew what he was doing, because I think me growing up with my grandmother has shaped me up to be a different type of person. I don't know how to say that, because I don't want to say if I grew up with my mother, that'd be different. I'm just saying, like, the things that was installed in me, it just made me who I am. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, definitely. Because sometimes you don't want to say the wrong thing and offend anybody, right? But I thank God for giving me the opportunity to grow up in my grandma. Like, let me tell you something. From the time you see street lights get dark, you know what time that is. Ain't nobody have to come and tell you, hey, time to go in the house. You already know. You already know. Once you see that street lights come on, it's a wrap. Stop whatever you're doing, say bye to your friends, and get in that house. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. And that's just how it was. And basically, like, certain times you have to be in the house, you have to take your bath, you have to watch the news 7 o'clock every night. There's no if or no but about that. You have to watch the news. And we used to hate that. We used to hate watching the news, like, oh, why I'm not done playing yet. But when you and then I had some uncles, honey. Whew, Jesus, I've survived them. Because I don't think anybody could come any stricter than them. We had a big yard, and they feel like the yard is big enough for you to stay in, right? Why you in the then you have to suffer the consequences if you don't have a good answer. But they protected, they made sure we was okay, and they always had our backs. They was like fathers to us. They wasn't uncles, they was fathers. I'm telling you, they was bossy. And you have no choice. That's the thing. You have no choice. There's no such thing as your uncle said that and you mad. You can't even be mad. You just have to listen, and you just have to follow what they say. They say get in the yard right now, in the yard, and you hurry up, because you might have 2 kids coming after. Now I'm playing, because I don't want people to think like I was in an abusive childhood situation. But I would have to say, in the Caribbean, back in those days, they were allowed to beat us. We the norm. Even in the school, we get licks, we got whoopings with rulers and stuff in the school. Yeah, they stop all that now, and look what you're going into. Look at all the crime. Look at the young people. See what I'm saying? They should not stop that. It helped us. I used to hate getting butt whoop. It helped. It helped. I definitely have to say that it helped. So, and I just want to say, bless up to all the moms, all the women, all the mothers, the aunties, the grandmothers, because most of the time there's a lot of grandmothers, taking the place of mothers. And I see that a lot. And sometimes we get carried away because we're so happy to have grandbabies. Because I love my grandbaby so much. And I had to recently kick back a little bit, because I'm like, everything he does, everything with me, everything is his Gigi. Before he get out, it's my Gigi at the house. Everything is his Gigi. And I kind of got carried away with that feeling of like, oh my God, he loved me so much, love him right back. And he's so smart. He's so smart. He's so smart. But I already knew he'd have been smart, because like we're a generation of smart. I knew. So, but then recently I tell myself I'm handicapping my daughter. If I'm always available to her, I'm handicapping her. If I'm doing what she's supposed to be doing, I'm handicapping her. Right? And I tell myself, you know what? I can no longer do this. Me as a mother, I have that. If I tell my mother, oh, Larissa, can you watch the baby? What? You mad? I going out this weekend? And if y'all know my mother, her accent, she been here since I was 6 months old. And she sound like she came here yesterday. Her accent, you think my accent is strong? Her accent is something serious. What? You're mad I going out? I going over my girl and them. I'm so serious. So you cannot get my mother to babysit. My mother did not. She didn't encourage that. She said, you make a child, take care of your child. She did not encourage that. Even when I used to leave my daughter with my sisters and them and go, whoo, honey, catch a whole fit. And I ain't leaving my child with her, but she gonna catch a whole fit. So, like I found mother, that grandchild, that grandmother that just always there. And then I find myself like, hold on, I need to stop this. I need to stop this, and I need to allow my daughter to be a mother. You understand? So I kind of I pulled back from, I started saying a whole, honey, woo! They're not happy. But I started saying no a lot. And that was hard for me. Really hard for me to do. Say no. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, no, I'm busy. Oh, no, ma'am. She's going to understand that in the long run, it's going to help her. It's going to help her better. And they're going to have a stronger bond, because me and him, our bond is crazy. But have that. So yeah, I'm even thinking like, okay, let me move out of Tennessee. This way you can't even come and drop him off to me, like so sometimes like it's so hard, grandmother, because you want to be around your grandkids all the time, but you don't want to be that type. You don't want to encourage your kids to depend on you all the time. And you don't want to be like other moms who just drop their kids by their grandmothers and they go on their way with the grandmothers. There's nobody my daughter could live with at a young age other than my. She grown now. She got her own place. She live on her own. But I'm saying, as a young age, she had to be with me all the time. So that was the way it had to be. And I know my grandmother, she kept me and my sister with her all the time. And that's why my brother didn't want to live with us no more, because he didn't like that. It was like, we was like so locked up in the house. Like we could go in the yard, but it's a big family. So I still have my cousins, stuff like that. We outside in the yard, we might go in the street and play cricket and whatnot. But my brother, he just couldn't deal with it. You gotta be inside when the light. He's a boy, so boys, they want to be free. So he ended up going to live with my family where he get his freedom. But with us, with my grandmother, there's no such thing as freedom. And then we are girls. So girls a little tighter than you hold a boy, right? So that's just part of my growing up with my grandmother. The church thing, honey, that's a story in its own, because that's every Sunday you gotta go to the church. You're not getting no money for snacks for school. And you're going to school, you want money for snacks because you want to buy your red mangoes and your plums, your pylori, and you're trying to eat that school lunch. The cool kids don't eat the school lunch. I was one of the cool kids. I was one of the popular kids. I was bad though, guys. I was bad. But so you just, if you don't get up and go to church, you're not getting this, you're not getting that, you can't do this, you can't do that. So what you gonna do? You're gonna get up and go to church, right? Whether you want to or not, you're gonna get up and you're gonna go to church. And the thing what I hate about my grandmother church was, oh my God, all day. That was frustrating. That's really frustrating. Then we used to visit my auntie Pat. We used to visit her Jehovah Witness church. That was boring to me, you know. But one thing I could say about Jehovah Witnesses is they do a lot of studying because they're gonna be asking questions and stuff. You know, anybody in the audience, they'll ask you questions. So um then my grandmother was in the Baptist faith for a little bit. I've been to type of churches and stuff. Um it was different though, but it was more fun because they used to have Thanksgiving, they have the snacks and the food and stuff. And you get a bag when you leave in, so I like that. um I've been to my daughter. She did her my daughter. Sorry, my sister. She did her first. Oh, today's my sister' birthday. My big sister. Happy birthday, Jillian. Today's and 2 days ago is my cousin's birthday. Rest in peace, Michelle. Happy birthday in heaven. You know, I know you're living it up there right now. Yes. And my sister, I don't even know how she got into this Catholic church. Maybe from school or something. She started going Catholic church, and she in there, and I started going to church with her. I didn't like it. It was so boring to me. You know, you gotta get on your well, like, grace, the Lord is with you. Blessed is the. I can't remember the whole thing, and you just gotta keep saying that over and over. And I'm like, my knees hurt, and then I tell my grandma I want to go back, and then I don't know how this happened, but I was actually christened in a Seventh-day Adventist church. I've been to, you know what? I've been to Seventh-day Adventist here with my friend Maticia. I like that church. I like the pastor and his wife. They cool. Yeah. But in Trinidad, I can't remember stepping foot in a Seventh-day Adventist church, but I remember going to a Seventh-day Adventist church. That's weird. I don't know how that happened. Listened in a Seventh-day Adventist church. I'm not sure how that transition happened. And what a church. Living in America, I had no choice but to go to church. You know, my mother was into church. I had to go to church with her. Then I was by Auntie D for a while because I had foster kids and I had to help her with the foster kids. And so I was living there for a while. And she was strong in church, so I had no choice. I'm in Bible class every, right? Happy Women's Day, Auntie D. And yeah, so I grew up, I did a lot of church in America. And I think I like church in America better because of the energy. You know, the boring church thing, I can't take it. I can't take the boring church. I remember one time I was so dedicated into church, like I was in the choir. I was in the youth stuff. I remember what's Mr. Rollocks in them church in Trinidad name? I can't remember, but Mr. Rollocks, our neighbor, I did DVBS, VB, Vocational Bible Study, Vocational Bible School, VBS. One summer I didn't go to America because usually summers we out here in America. So this summer I think, oh, you know what was happening? Planes was crashing. So we were scared to travel. So we didn't come out to America. So my grandmother had a property off the island. So we did that in definitely. And I think I went to Tobago for a week or something by my Uncle Gerard. Anyway, so I did VBS for a week. And we had to say, oh my gosh, Ephesians 6:10-18. We had to recite that. So each class had to recite it, and then each teacher, vacation Bibles, VBS teacher will pick the best person in the class that says it the best, right? I like to win, you know. I like to win. So I did it so good. But guess the day that I was supposed to say it on the stage for the congratulating and the ceremony and all the stuff, and I received I froze, guys. When I saw all these people, I froze, like froze. I couldn't even say. All I remember saying was, let me see, Ephesians 6, chapter 10-18. Finally, in the Lord and in the power of his might. And then I went, eh, that was it. I couldn't remember nothing after that. Nothing after that. And I was like, and the lady behind me from the church, she was saying it. She's saying the words so I could repeat after her. And I'm like, and she was saying it. And I was like, I'm just looking at everybody in the audience looking at me. And that's when I knew I wasn't going to be an actress. That's when it was confirmed, like, I have stage fright. So I try to pursue a career in acting or anything like that, you know? So anyway, guys, I'm going to end it right here. This was my little take on, you know, Women's Month, March Women's Month, being a woman, being a mother. And, you know, women are strong. We are strong individuals. But, you know, it's all about your upbringing sometimes. And it's all about the people that you are wrong. So you can sit down here all day and say, you know, women are strong women. It's up to you to be strong. It's up to you to be strong. You have to find it deep down inside somewhere and gain your strength. I'm telling you, it's in you. If you feel like you can't do it, you can't make it in this life, find your strength. Find your strength. You could do it. You could do it. Okay? So sometimes it's all about the people that's around you to keep motivating you and inspiring you and pushing you and letting you know, girl, you could do this. You could do this. You know, so this is from me to you guys, because that's what my podcast is about. Empowering and inspiring women, right? Actually, we are empowering and inspiring everybody, not just women. We empowering and inspiring everybody, but it's Women Month. So it's all about the women right now. See, our men, y'all can sit back for a little bit. You know, let's enjoy this month. And you know what? We want wine and roses and chocolate, and we want to be wine and dine, and we just want to be treated right and love and okay? So y'all can start working on that now. Got you? And if you was already treating women like this, kudos to you. Big up. So with that being said, I'm going to end this live now. And that's my take on women. I know a woman and being a woman and all that stuff, but this is me. This is my generational lifespan of being a woman and my challenges and my walk through life and stuff like that. So I can only talk on me, right? And that's just, once again, rest in peace to my grandmother, who has molded me to be the strong Black queen that I am today. Okay. So y'all, blessed and wonderful day. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for coming by. All right. I'll try my best to bring you guys more inspiring stuff. Okay. If you want to start a podcast, start the podcast. Just start. If you feel like you have things, positive things to contribute to the world, to the atmosphere, just show all these good vibes out there, do it. Do it. If you don't know where to start, hit me up. I got you. Y'all have a blessed and full and marvelous day. Okay? Peace. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, Jessie. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in. If you're about upliftment and entrepreneurship, this is the place for you. So hit the subscribe button. We thank our sponsors: Canvas Queen, All Legends Cleaning Service, Majesty Auto Repair,